Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, are you ready to kayfabe?
Talk about your songs, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says I just whipped your ass.
I've been hanging out the garden deep, with the main squeeze deep. I know 20,000 leagues under the sea, 40 nights and 40 days. I hung and bung on the Titanic in Hercules. This is where the power lies. Fuck, we're broken. Body sick. How many W's we should marry? Son of a man, so Marvin. Tag Forest. Toxium, Terrandom, Germandom. Fuck all of you.
You know, poor people who don't like AEW.
That's all kayfabe.
Hey everyone, that's another. Today's another episode of That's All Kayfabe. And I might add, I wanted to add in this soundbite.
Come on out, you rapist.
Yes! Yes! Man, you know, I was just thinking about that audio clip the other day.
I love it. I need to get a soundboard and put all these soundboards because that Okada one is always like hilarious. That I wish I had. I'm so sorry,
Bitch. But no, this is a special evening episode. I don't know if you could tell. You can actually see the WWE light here. You know, this is a special occasion because we just finished WrestleMania weekend.
Mm-hmm. Wow, it was a long week of wrestling.
It was a long fucking week. And I'm very surprised. Like, we were just talking about this before we recorded that this is the first time in a long time where I actually watched a lot of wrestling, to which you told me you barely watched any wrestling.
Yeah, dude, it was just it was overwhelming the list of like things that there were to watch and podcasts and all the other programs. And I mean, I wrote down a few things that I fucking watched, but I just watched like Stephanie's Places, the one with Stone Cold. It was all right. She even put out a new podcast called What's Your Story? I don't know if you saw that with Dana White. So she has a new podcast out. And then I saw the Hall of Fame, which that I guess that's part of. It's not a part of SmackDown because it actually was in a different building this year. But what did you watch this week?
Oh boy! I was able to watch Raw. I saw Raw. I saw NXT. NXT has my new favorite tag team, Hank and Tank. It's just two big dudes beating the fuck out of everybody. They won a gauntlet match and they were able to do their thing. I'm just like, man, dude, I love me some Hank and Tank. I saw AEW Dynamite live, which honestly, that was one of the best episodes, maybe easily top 3 episodes of Dynamite they've ever produced. It was great television. Real quick, they had the triple threat, or it was a 6-man tag. I forgot what they call it. I don't think they call it 6-man tag. The Death Riders versus Samoa Joe.
Oh, the trios.
Yeah, the trios championship. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
That they're supposed to fight Samoa Joe's crew. I forgot the name of their staple, but with Shibata and Hook.
Oh my god. Oh, the Ops.
The Ops. Thank you. But Hook, he was out, so guess they got Powerhouse Hobbs to replace Hook.
God damn.
And dude, they did one of those endings where the Young Bucks come out, or Willow comes out to stop Marina Shafir. The Young Bucks come out, like, you know, to do something dirty. The Swerves comes out, beats the fuck out of everybody. And it's just chaos. And the Ops fucking won. They took the belts off of the Death Riders. Powerhouse Hobbs got his belt. Oh, man.
That's great.
Elated. I was elated. Powerhouse Hobbs, I'm going to tag you in this video. And I want to let you know we fucking love you to death, man. I'm glad you got a championship again. What else did I see? I was able to see parts of SmackDown, you know, the closing SmackDown before WrestleMania. Nothing. The one thing that was noteworthy, really irked me, was that they had that tag team match between Motor City Machine Guns and the Street Profits. Did you see this?
No, was that for the belts though?
It was for the championship. Ended in a disqualification because DIY showed up. So what did I think? Oh, fuck yeah, they're going to add this to the main card. They're going to add this to Mania. they have a segment backstage. Everyone's getting like, oh, these are my belts, these are my belts. Nick Aldis comes out. He's like, you know what? We're going to settle this next week on SmackDown. And the crowd audibly boos. And not only that, they're having a TLC match for the tag team championships between the Street Profits, Motor City Machine Guns, and DIY. Mania worthy.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with the card they had and shit like that. This time they should have put it on there.
They should have 100% put it on there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they had the closing segments between John Cena and Cody Rhodes, which got to pop out of me. It was really good. Cody Rhodes getting a lot of boos, which from what I remember.
That's weird.
Man.
Because I saw that clip because they uploaded it to YouTube because they do the smart thing and upload their own clips like right after because fucking people are gonna do that. And I saw that segment, and yeah, Cody Rhodes was getting a lot of boos from it was in Vegas. It was like the Vegas crowd.
Yeah, and I think usually like the WrestleMania crowds are from all the hardcore fans from like around the world, around the country, coming to one place. So it's like a bunch of dumb marks. I'm just kidding.
I was just kidding. It's just a bunch of dumb people.
Dumb idiots, stinky winkies. And then finally we're coming to WrestleMania weekend where before we start talking about that, all the audio listeners and everyone watching us on YouTube, please give us a follow, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, hit that notification bell, leave the 5 stars on Spotify, anywhere where you listen to your podcast needs. We are there at That's All Kayfabe.
That's All Kayfabe. Anywhere podcasts are available on any podcast player. You could legit go to Audible and listen to us on Audible. It's crazy. We're everywhere.
Yes.
I was gonna ask you, did you watch the Hall of Fame or real quick, I had seen because they had a special Thursday edition of Collision for AEW that Josh Alexander, they signed him from where is he from? I forget.
TNA, yes.
But I was pretty surprised about that. I was like, that's cool. I like that he's getting work. He's a pretty cool character.
He's badass. He really is. He was in the Owen Hart tournament and he fought Hangman Adam Page. Adam Page won. But now from what I understand, like so Don Callis came out with Kyle Fletcher, I want to say. Because now it's going to be Kyle Fletcher versus Adam Page in like the semifinals, if I remember correctly, or in the semifinals or the finals, quarterfinals, whatever it is. I don't know which one it is, but they're going to fight each other. And Josh Alexander ends up beating the fuck out of Adam Page, and he joins the Don Callis family.
I guess that's a way to. I guess it's a way to waste him immediately as you bring him in a new talent. Sure, why not?
Man, dude, I hate Don Callis. Like he's just annoying. He's one of those like X-Pac where I just want to see him off of my TV. Like, man, I can't stand this. I like X-Pac, don't get me wrong, but I'm just using it for the sake of the term. Like,
No, I heard about that. I guess he was the wild card. I guess if
yes,
you know, because they had a wild card, and then the Hall of Fame. You didn't tune in to it. It was at midnight here because we're in Texas, Central Time. So it was at midnight on Friday, and it was until, dude, like legit until like 3:20 in the morning. I was up watching it.
You are absolutely kidding me,
dude. It was so long, and like what's crazy is, you know, they had five people they brought into the Hall of Fame, and we went over those like a while back. It was, you know, I can't remember all of them. It was like Lex Luger, the fucking natural disasters, Triple H, Michelle McCool, and then that moment, which was Bret Hart and Stone Cold. And at the point, Bret Hart and Stone Cold were the fourth people to speak, and CM Punk came out and he was like, they gave me 2 minutes, and I thought like, okay, this is gonna end at like 2 a.m. That's understandable. That's 2 hours. And they were like, oh yeah, they gave us 2 minutes for me to say something, and then you know, we're gonna bring out Stone Cold, and and Bret Hart, and even Bret Hart was like, "Yeah, they gave me 2 minutes to talk about the greatest match of all time, that I've ever done," And then Stone Cold, yeah, they gave me 2 minutes to
Oh,
but
dude,
we're
that
gonna
is
drink,
so funny.
we're gonna take however long we need to and drink a beer and all that, And CM Punk's there like, "No, thank you, I'm
It's just like,
fine."
just like
Yeah,
Homer.
but they did that, and they were the fourth people, right? So
Mhm.
right after them were Triple H and Shawn Michaels, and dude, Shawn Michaels took like 30 minutes, and Triple H took like an hour on his speech, and
No way.
I was like, why were they rushing fucking Bret Hart and Stone Cold if fucking Triple H got an hour to talk, dude? He legit had an hour to talk.
I saw the picture of Booker T falling asleep. He responds to it on Twitter. He said, "I was praying."
Dude, I imagine. And then they kept talking shit to Shawn Michaels. They were like, I don't know how Shawn Michaels is gonna do it because he's got to be up at 5 a.m. for Stand and Deliver,
Mhm.
and he's doing the closing speech. You know what I mean? Like one of the closing speeches. So it was a long Hall of Fame. It was good. Like Triple H had a really good speech, and um, it was like a fun like event, but for it to be at fucking midnight like that, I was just like, God damn, this
Oh, man.
is too late. It was too late and too long. But yeah, you're lucky if you. I mean, if I were you, I'd get a chance if you had like some free time, put it on. If you're just like not doing anything,
Mhm.
but not waiting for it at fucking middle of the night.
That's fucking insane, man. That is
Mhm.
incredible. I've been kind of upset because I've been trying to watch, the show that starts off. Well, it's WrestleMania week, but like the show that actually starts off the weekend was Stand and Deliver for NXT.
Mhm.
Um, the stuff I did get to watch, fantastic, really, really great wrestling. Obafemi is a wrestler. I love Hank and Tank now. Fraxium is always going to be great.
Oh yeah.
Just really, really great stuff. Did you have any notes from NXT?
I did watch it, and I was kind of like falling in and out of sleep, and that's just because it was at noon, and I was just like a tired piece of shit from the fucking night before with the fucking Hall of Fame. But
You're like
uh,
Booker T. You were praying. You were
yeah,
praying.
I was just like, oh my god. But praise God, it's Easter Friday. I was praying. Good Friday. I put the Ricky Seg, or I put the stadium looked great. Where they were
It-
at, it was like
it-
filled.
yes, I think it was sold out.
Yeah,
If I
I
remember
think so.
correctly,
I think
man.
so.
But it's all NXT is always a hot crowd, like no matter what.
Yeah, it looked like a Raw or SmackDown that like was sold out and filled up to the max.
Hmm.
It just looked badass. The Ricky Saints match it was all right. I just put it was all right. That's what I put
Yeah,
it in
yeah.
my
It's
notes.
Ricky Saints versus Ethan Page.
Uh-huh.
I just love Ricky Saints, man, and Ethan Page. He has really grown on me. I'm starting to be a fan of him as well.
Yeah, I like him. I like when the stuff he did with Javon Evans was good, and it was a good match. It was just
Hmm.
like it was an opener. It was an opening match.
Hmm.
He kept his belt. That's good. Um, the new tag team champs, Hank and Tank, your boys. The crowd was pumped like the whole time on this match. It was a good match.
Like the more I watch Fraxium, or let me get this specifically, Nathan Frazier. I know I mention this every time, but I never seen a human being so fucking fast in my life. Like he is incredibly fast, and the way he's so agile when he flips and like super, like when he does the 450 or the Phoenix Splash, like just. It's like, man, I blinked and I missed it.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Hank and Tank, like, I mean, I haven't really kept up with NXT in such a long time, but man, they couldn't do no wrong in this match, and they worked pretty well together. Where it's like they were moving fast, but they were hitting pretty heavy as well.
Hmm.
The spot I do recall is when one of them was going to go for that dive, and he dove all the way from the ring to on top of the announcer's table. Did
Oh,
you
I
see
think I
that?
remember that. Yeah, yeah, it was ridiculous.
I was like, holy shit. And then, but sure enough, new tag team champions, NXT tag team champions for Hank and Tank. And I don't think Fraxium's going to be fine, man. like for the way things are going. But hats off to Fraxi and one of the best tag teams maybe ever in NXT. You know, like
What do
just
you think?
holding that division down.
What do you think they're gonna split them up or have them go to the main roster?
I would like for them to go to the main roster, like still as a tag team.
Me too. Me
Maybe
too.
eventually split up, like in the future. Because I know
Yeah,
right now they're teasing it, like that for them to break up and everything. But man, I just fucking love seeing them wrestle.
I think it'd be cool to have. I feel like the the tag team division could really use. I mean, now with not really teasing, but that whole SmackDown with the Street Profits and DIY and all that. I feel like they could really use more good tag teams. I
Hmm.
think personally.
Me as well. Me as well.
I put here SummerSlam is being hosted by Cardi B and is going to be 2 nights. That's what I saw in the middle somewhere, like a advertisement for it.
Have you ever seen that episode of SpongeBob where they get like the new manager and like his eyes are like pointing one way and the other?
No, was it from like
No,
the newer seasons?
maybe. I
Okay,
remember it. Let me look up a picture, but that's exactly what Cardi B looked like. Cause I don't know if it was her makeup or what, but her eyes were fucked.
or
Uh,
like Shawn Michaels.
oh, dude, man, SpongeBob, new manager. Let's see, I want to see if I can find a picture of this guy.
I know.
Yes, okay.
When I would see, let me see.
Her eyes were exactly like that. Like, oh, here's a better picture. Her eyes were like this.
Oh, okay, I could see that.
Yes,
Yeah,
they were 100% like that. And me and Giselle, my wife, we saw it. I was like, the first thing we said audibly, we're like, man, her eyes are fucked up.
that's got to be a symptom of like Down syndrome or fetal Down syndrome, right?
I don't know.
fetal alcoholic Down syndrome or whatever the fuck the medical term
Oh,
is.
oh my god, I know what you're talking about, but I honestly I don't know.
No, you know what I'm talking about. I like that. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I
Yeah,
know exactly what you're talking
the
about. I just
crazy
don't know
shit
the
I'm
name.
saying. The crazy shit I'm saying. Oh, I know what you're
Oh
talking
man,
about.
I'm
Yeah,
just glad we understand each other, man. That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
important thing.
yeah. No, it's important. That's what's important. Sol Ruka is the NXT North American champion from that ladder match. I believe she won. That was a good match. It was a good
It was
match.
a great match. I love the Soul Snatcher. I just like her finisher. And then when she did it off of that ladder, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was a
like,
good
man, this
match.
match is better than some of the shit we saw on the WrestleMania card. I'll tell you that much.
It's because they're hungry. They're hungry for the spots on the main roster.
You see, but I know the next two matches that we'll probably be talking about. Those two I didn't get to see. I know it was like Tony D'Angelo and the family versus Deep Slate, Deep State.
Oh, I forgot about that match. I think I fell asleep during that match because I didn't even write anything down on it.
Oh man, yes he did. The biggest thing is that Stacks, the guy that works with Tony D'Angelo, turned on Tony D'Angelo. So
Mm.
Deep State, I want to say it's Deep State. I apologize if it's wrong, but they ended up winning the match. They have a pretty cool finisher. It's like they launch him up in the air. The guy catches him in a power bomb and throws him in the power bomb. It's always looks cool like that.
Every time I see that Deep State, or if it is what their name is, I'm not sure, but there's a dude on that group named Brandon Cutler, and he is part like I'm watching the reality show LFG that Legends and Future Greats. That's like a reality show that you compete for an NXT contract, and he's
Yes,
on the show as a competitor.
really.
Yeah, yeah. So every time I see him, I'm like, did he win the contract? Because he's on NXT now.
Is it Brandon Cutler, the guy
Yeah.
from NXT? I mean, from AEW, the bald one?
No, I don't think it was that dude.
Yeah, Brandon
No,
Cutler. He's the bald one. He was with the Young Bucks with the air spray.
I
He
don't
had
think
like the,
that's the
the
same
nose
guy.
mask.
No, this dude is like his name's Brandon Cutler, and he's on NXT, and he's right now he's on LFG as a
Mhm.
competitor, and
Okay.
he's on there as a competitor and if you one woman one man, if you make it to the very end with the most points or whatever, you win an NXT contract, and I see him on NXT now as one of the, what is they called, the Street Ragers? I don't know.
Street Profits.
The, the fucking street. No, not the Street Profits. The ones we're talking about on NXT.
Oh, oh my God. Did I
Deep
just have
State.
a brain fart? Deep
Deep
State.
State?
Yes, I'm looking it up. Yes,
Okay.
it is. No, Dark State. It's Dark
Dark.
State.
Okay, that's any better. Dark State.
It's like Dark State. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know. It's the same shit. You know what I mean. But so yeah, it's weird that I see him there, and I'm like thinking, did he win a contract, or did they just bring him up to the main roster, and someone else won? You know?
Yeah. So with that tag team, the name of the fellas on the team, Dark State, Dion Lennox, Osiris Griffin, and Saquon Sugars. That's kind of a sick name. With Cutler James. His name is Cutler James.
Okay, my bad. I thought it was Brandon Cutler for some reason. I could have sworn.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, Brandon Cutler, but I was like, wait a minute, he's in AEW. He's the bald guy.
Okay,
that
I'm
hates,
probably.
I think.
Yeah, I knew who you were talking about there from the name Cutler, but I couldn't remember. It's Cutler Jameson.
Yes.
Cool. No, yeah, I see him there, but I guess that's cool that he's getting work, or they're getting work, or but I don't know. I didn't watch that match. My bad. I fell asleep.
Nah, no worries, man. Priorities.
Yeah. The next match, I guess, I don't know, unless there were more that I'd fallen asleep for. Stephanie Valquer is still the NXT Women's Champion. She won that 4-way with Julia, fucking, I think, what was it? Miss Parker, Jada Parker.
Yeah, Jada Parker and Jordan Grace.
Yeah. So that was a good match.
Was it a good match? I didn't get to see that one. I saw like parts of it.
She did that leg move to everyone.
Oh my God.
Booker T, every time he's all
God, dude. Poor Corey Graves, dude. I think he's annoyed as fuck right now.
But the whole crowd was like looking at Booker T and cheering Booker T or whatever.
Oh my God,
he's
dude.
just like
It's gonna make me pass out too.
But and then the final match, Obafemi is still the NXT champion, and it was a pumped up match, and everyone was pumped, and it was just a good match. It was a good match.
Yeah, against Trick Williams and Javon Evans. Can you believe Javon Evans is only 20 years old?
They kept saying that. That's why they keep saying, "You are the future of NXT, but it is the present, and you are not the present," or whatever.
So I am the present. I am Demula.
I am the present. I am a gift to the world.
Man, I was making something in the kitchen, and I heard Obafemi's music going on while I was in the kitchen. I told my wife, "Baby, turn that shit up." So she turns it up, and I'm just walking around the kitchen, just like strutting around like this.
Dude,
man, it's a good fucking. I love Obafemi. You can't make me turn my back on Obafemi at all whatsoever.
He's the kind of person that's like, I'm too scared to even like even think anything bad about him. You know?
Oh yes, absolutely, man. It's like I bet you it's gonna be so nice, like being gentle, like shaking my hand. I was like, you could pick me up and break me, like literally.
But that was Stand and Deliver, and it was pretty good. It was pretty damn good.
Yes, it was really good.
At noon. It was at noon to like 2:30, 3 in the afternoon, something like that.
Yeah, it was probably like about 2-hour show, 2.5-hour show. Really solid wrestling. Really solid wrestling. I know. I'm assuming the next thing we're going to be talking about it's WrestleMania.
Yeah, I don't think anything else happened between then and anything else. I don't think so. It was just WrestleMania.
So the reason why I'm asking, so let me ask you this question first. WrestleMania is over, right? We watched both nights of WrestleMania. Before we say anything, what would you rate both nights of WrestleMania out of 10? With 10 being like, man, this was the greatest show I've ever seen live, or like on TV.
You want me to rate them separately or rate them as one?
The whole show. Like, if you were to rate the whole show, what would you rate?
Show?
Yeah, like WrestleMania. Well, you know what? How about night one? We'll rate night one. We'll rate night two.
I'm trying to give my Dave Meltzer 5 stars. No,
Man, I'm not gonna understand that, man. I'm poor, dude.
I have that here somewhere too. Hold on.
You know, poor people don't like AEW.
We're bringing it back, man. We're bringing it back.
I would say night 1 out of 10 stars or whatever, 10 units. Probably a 5, and night 2 probably an 8.
Okay. I think night one, I'm probably gonna be a little bit generous and give it like a 6.5. Maybe a 6. I'll lean more towards a 6. Night two, I'll probably give it like about a 7.5, 8. Strong 8. I give it like a strong 8.
Yeah.
Man, comparing it to last year's Mania, it's like night and day, dude. Me personally, I believe it's like night and day. Where I feel like these last two Manias, like 39 and 40, we have been so spoiled with like great wrestling on those nights to where now it's just like these matches are being built up in the last 2 weeks before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And like literally like WrestleMania when it started off on night one, it's like I just felt fucking like that was okay. I think it could have been safe for like a Raw or another
Dude,
pay-per-view.
some of the matches were literally built the night before. Dude.
They really wore. They really fucking
I was all
wore.
2 weeks, dude. So literally a couple of matches were built the night before. Like,
Some of these matches did get changed on the fly because, well, spoiler alert, Rey Mysterio got injured
yeah,
and he was
on
supposed to fight
SmackDown.
El Grande Americano, and he got replayed with Rey Fenix the day of the show. The
Dude,
day of the fucking show.
that's
And
crazy.
I mean, good for Rey Fenix, don't get me
Mm,
wrong.
mhm.
But it's like, man, you have Andrade there, who's been there longer. You man, and it's like Penta's already wrestling, don't get me wrong. But it's like, I don't know, for you to bring in this new guy, be like, oh, we're gonna put you in, and then you got all these other established superstars, specifically like luchadors, or like those who worked in like Lucha Libre, like Dragon Lee as well, that you could have put in that same position, and just to give it to the new up and comer because he's like hot right now.
I thought it was pretty funny just because it was like, who do we replace him with? We need another Ray Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Ray Mysterio, Ray Phoenix, like whatever could make the least graphic where they had to change it, the least amount,
Um, the layout of this whole pay per view, I don't know about you, but I felt like I was watching more of a UFC event than I was a WWE pay per view or PLE or whatever the fuck it wants to be called. I really felt the vibes of UFC in this, mainly because so many fucking ads and so many fucking sponsors. It is ridiculous. I have a list. I'll show it to the camera right here. I showed this to Lorenzo. Let me turn that away. It's a list of all the sponsors in the matches and all the celebrities that were in the matches as well. This last thing was a new show that WWE just announced, but we'll get to that in a little bit as well while we're talking more about the night. But how many sponsors do you think were in this show?
Let me take a guess because I didn't count all the sponsors. I know. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. At least 20.
26.
God damn. No, I believe
There's
that.
26 fucking sponsors because I didn't even count the commercials. I just counted the whatever was on the ring, whatever was on my voice cracked, whatever was on the ring, whatever was on the turnbuckle pads, whatever was being displayed on the fucking barriers, whatever they were saying during their show.
Mhm.
That's what I wrote down. 26. I'm gonna tell you the list, and it's crazy
No,
how
please.
much money.
We're gonna go over too, like a lot of, because these matches were presented by certain sponsors. So we're going to go over that too later on.
So the first fight of the night was sponsored by Fatal Fury. Fatal Fury, the fighting game, Prime, energy drink, obviously, Snickers, Cricket, Wireless, Slim Jim, the General Insurance, Aviator, Circle K, Xfinity, SNK, the company that makes the Fatal Fury games, Dude Wipes, Clash of Clans, V Better, obviously 2K, so WWE 2K, Tops, Nissan Hot and Spicy Firewalk, Wheatley Vodka, so good you could drink it neatly, not a sponsor. Fontaine Blue Hotel, Mattel Barbie.
Oh, that was interesting. That was very interesting.
Drumstick, the ice cream cones,
That
Wingstop,
Wingstop was prominent there.
Minute Maid, Doom Dark Ages,
Cool. That was cool.
Zenny, Goodyear, and Papa John's. There was 26. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that's 26. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 26. There's 26 of them here. And then I also wrote down the list of celebrities that were there at WrestleMania. Would you like to hear that as well?
Yeah, tell me the list because I know I didn't even keep track of that. I saw a few of them. I mean,
So-
some of them I don't know if they're celebrities. You know what I mean? Like
Some of them I didn't include. I know there's like a couple people I didn't include, but I was like, I don't know who that is. Just a quick note. I just wrote in a group MMA fighters and boxers just because there's a couple of dudes who are fucking racist pieces of shit that are just known for getting their asses beat. So I'm not even going to say their names. Celebrities, there's Jelly Roll. They showed Dana White twice, which he got
did.
booed. Lil Yachty, Ava Max, whoever the fuck Ava Max is. She was the girl singing.
She sings pop music. I've heard one of her songs at least. It's all right. She's a good pop singer.
She sung this national anthem. George Kittle from the San Francisco 49ers, Flavor Flav, Rich the Kid, and then again, list of MMA fighters and boxers. I think that includes like another 4 or 5. Living Color, the band that opened up for CM Punk. Kerry King, the guitarist from Slayer, because he played for Damian Priest's theme. Metro Boomin, Quavo, Dean Norris, Vanessa Hudgens, and last but certainly not least, Travis Scott.
Was Dean Norris there? Really?
He was there. They announced him to be part of Law and Order. I didn't know he was in Law and Order.
I think they just signed him for the newest Law and Order because I know I was thinking of doing that for like a podcast thing. Like, can I watch all the Law and Orders that ever existed? But I think it would. I think it would take like one of those essay videos. I watched every Law and Order.
It's gonna be a summoning salt video.
Yeah. It's gonna take like you can't do it. It's probably impossible at this point. You know?
But yes, it's sponsors labeled everywhere, all over the mat of the ring, just plastered everywhere. And the one thing I was getting very annoyed with before we actually start talking about the show, I apologize.
No,
was I hate how they would announce a match, right? Jade Cargill versus Naomi. For those in attendance, we're going to show the reason why they're fighting each other. And for those on Peacock, enjoy these commercials. And dude, they would just show commercials up the fucking ass. And I would try to watch. I was like, man, like as a casual viewer, why should I give a fuck about Naomi versus Jade Cargill? Like, why should I care? Why should I care for CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns as a casual viewer? Where it's like, I don't want to have to pay for the fucking ad-free portion of Peacock. That's ridiculous. But it's like, man, I have to because it's like to get the stories behind these matches. Like, why should I give a fuck? And it's before the pay-per-view started, I saw the promo or the video package for the Triple Threat, the main event for night 1. It was fucking badass. Like, I love Machine Head. Machine Head's pretty sick. And it's like, man, that got me hyped. But it's like, not casual fans are going to be fucking watching the pre-shows. They're going to be watching the regular show.
Mhm.
And it's like just so many fucking ads. And that's when I got to the point. I'm not going to add this to the list, man. This is already too long.
Night one. I swear.
Night one.
We haven't even gotten started, and it's not even night one yet, and it's already just like, man, my blood's boiling from
Man,
this shit.
so what happened on night one? What was actually the first match to open up night one?
So I got a graphic here. Hold on. Let me see.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So let's see here. Oh,
Let me see. I believe I do remember the order of these as well.
so I have it written down. Well, because I wrote down some notes.
Okay, yeah, go
But-
ahead, please.
But first off, Jelly Roll saying "God Bless America," but like a really weird little kids version.
I didn't
of
even
the
get to
song.
hear that. No, I didn't get to
Yeah.
hear that.
I saw that and I was just like, okay, this is cool. The crowd looked amazing in the stadium. They say over 60,000 sold out. I'm like, okay, I'll believe that.
Like, sure, I ain't
but-
gonna count.
Yeah, it's like Stone Cold. I'm not gonna fucking count and try to kill someone. So
Go ahead, continue.
fucking Stone Cold. So I don't know if you saw the very beginning. Salvatore Ganacci,
Ganachi, yes.
who is, I guess, a DJ and a super fan of Fatal Fury, who is a playable character in the game. He came out and he DJ'd and he did Jey Uso's entrance. And I wrote down here, main event Jey Uso goes on first.
Oh,
presented by Slim Jim.
Golly, dude, that is insane. I still haven't gone back to the Royal Rumble to see if it guarantees them a spot at WrestleMania.
Yeah, so I wrote down he went first. I put, is it just me or are the audience not as hyped up with the yeeting as they usually are? You know, like I don't know if you see that too, but I feel like before you'd have the whole stadium fucking yeeting or the whole crowd, you know, and yeah, it's a smaller crowd probably with the fucking SmackDown or Raw or wherever he's at Raw, right? But with this crowd, I feel like he's not really getting the same response, and that's just me like nitpicking on that. Halfway in between, the crowd is getting to it's so far a good match, and Uso did 3 splashes on Gunther, got him in a chokehold, and Gunther tapped out fucking all quick, and that was what I wrote down. That was it for me. The match. What about
I saw a tweet that, you know, a Jey Uso stan, if I might,
you?
where they put in quotations, Jey Uso sucks. He only knows 5 moves. He has a terrible spear. Jey Uso's proven the haters wrong. He's the world champion now. And I'm just like, I don't know, dude. At this match, I think he kind of just proved everybody right. It's like, man, dude, I hate that fucking spear. It's terrible, man.
It's like a shoulder check. It's like a shoulder check. It's not even really a spear, you know?
So he does the super kicks. Like my friend, he's a Jey Uso fan. He's sitting next to me, right? And he was like, I bet it's gonna be like super kick, splash, 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 Samoan drop, whatever. And like, sure enough, like the last segments of the match, Samoan drop, super kick, super kick, super kick. He's going for the splash. I look at my friend. I was like, "Are you the fucking booker for WWE, man?" So sure enough, like you said, he goes up for 3 splashes, and he gets him in a rear naked choke, and Gunther taps in 3 seconds.
Dude, he tapped fast.
He tapped fucking fast. Don't get me wrong. He has tapped before. He's tapped against, I don't know if you know this, but against Ilya Dragunov in NXT. But the thing is, they were beating the fucking shit out of each other. Whenever you get the chance, go watch, Walter versus Ilya Dragunov. Any of the matches for the NXT UK Championship, because they fought twice. The second one is fucking amazing. During COVID era sucks, but in that match, Ilya Dragunov gets in the rear naked choke, like he's standing, like if he's straddling him on the back, and he lifts him up and fucking swings him up to where Gunther's legs are like swinging in the air. Like
Mhm.
he's actually choking him out to where this one, he just holds him and like falls on the ground, which is the stance. I get it. But Gunther tapped out. And they were saying, like, in comparison to the Ilya Dragunov match, you're like, oh, well, Gunther lost the same way in this match. It's like, man, dude, so you're just telling me you didn't watch this match because you didn't see them beating the fucking daylights out of each other to where, like, he's aiming for the neck. Like, storytelling. He's storytelling.
Mhm.
And just for him to tap out in like 3 seconds, which, first off, it amazed me. Congratulations to Jey Uso, but man, I don't know why. I feel like I expected more out of this match.
I really
Where,
did expect more. I did too.
yeah, it's like getting to the point where it's like you use Jimmy, to get all that blood out, whatever, to generate heat. And then it's like, man, you still did the same shit like y'all been doing in the same other matches. And I don't think it's Gunther's fault, but it's like lately, Jey Uso's only been showing me that he can only do a certain move set, to where it's like when him and Jimmy would fight as the Usos as a tag team, they were putting on fucking bangers of matches.
Mhm.
And then just lately, it's like it hasn't been hitting, dude. No yeet, no yeet, no yeet.
No, but I think you're absolutely right that like there should have been a better payoff for this match with what the buildup was with fucking Jimmy Uso getting bloodied up and all that other like stuff. There should have been more consequences. Like Jay should have bloodied him up too and beat him to a pulp and then submissioned him and not let go. You know what I mean? But it
Mm-hmm.
was just too quick. It was just like ding ding ding, and I was like, that's it. And I saw a tweet that was like, well, Gunther is, talking about that. I think one match you were saying that Dragunov won. They were like,
Mm-hmm.
Gunther is one of the things in canon. I don't know what word they used. It was basically in canon, like one of the things that Gunther can't handle are submissions. That's his thing. That he can't handle submissions, like almost like canon, like in a comic book and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, okay, I guess. I just felt like this is something different, and Jey Uso should have like really done more to pay him back and show him, hey, I'm not only a main eventer, you fucking did this to my family or whatever, my brother, and I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of you, But he just
Mm-hmm.
won the match. That's it. He just won it.
Triple H posted a tweet like posing with Jey Uso after he won the belt, saying, "Oh, one of the cultivating characters of WWE modern history, like one of the hottest acts in WWE. Lightning strikes when it's hot, whatever. Like he's your new world heavyweight champion." And I'm like, motherfucker, you should have given it to LA Knight when he was fucking hot, like in 2023. If we're gonna be talking like that, and it's like I'm gonna be that guy because it's like, man, like even like my wife, she's a casual fan where she'll watch it when I watch it, which is all the time. I'm just kidding. Where she watches when I watches it, and like I'm more invested, obviously, but like she'll ask questions here and there, and even her, she was like, "Man, dude, this match kind of sucked," and I'm like, "Yeah, it did. Like I don't know what it was. It it is what it is. I
Yeah,
guess it
it
happened."
was a match. It was and I just think about that main event, Jey Uso, and it was just the first match, and it was rightfully so the first match. It warmed us up, I guess,
Hmm.
and it kind of set the tone for the first night. I'll say that for night one.
Man, so I guess if we're done talking about this match, the second match that we have here, if I remember correctly, was a tag team match. The New Day versus Eric and Ivar of the War Raiders. And man, it's nothing against these two tag teams together, but I feel like this match could have definitely been a great fucking match on the Raw after Mania.
Yeah, this was not a Mania match. Like you definitely like said, oh, the TLC match that they announced for SmackDown, right? that one could have probably been a better Mania match than this one. And then for this to go on right after that kind of stinker of a match with Gunther and Jey Uso, it was just like, again, kind of like, this is kind of not, living up to the hype of of night one,
Mm-hmm.
or it's living up to the whole thing about which one's the real main event, night two or night one? It's really night two, and it's like, nah, night one's just as good. I don't know. This is kind of
I don't
saying that
know,
night
man.
one sucks.
Luckily, the main event did get saved. It saved almost the show, but we'll get to that when we get to that. When it comes to this match, I honestly believe that Ivar was the fucking MVP, the bigger guy, the bigger fellow. It's like I know
Mhm.
who Ivar is,
The
but
longer
for those
beard,
who don't
right?
know, yes, the longer beard one, the one
Yeah,
with the hair.
the longer beard.
Dude, he kicked so much fucking ass. The crowd woke up a little bit when he went for his moonsault.
I
If you
wrote
recall
that
that.
down. Great
Mhm,
moonsault. I wrote that. Great moonsault by Ivar.
mhm. What other notes do you have for this match?
Um, Presented by Clash of Clans. They were wearing Clash of Clans armor, I believe. Ivar and uh Ebar, and I don't know the other one's name.
Ivar and Rebar.
Ivar and Ravi, and I don't know, but
Ibar, Ubar, he, she, we bar.
there were a lot of kicks in this match. I've noticed that. That's something that I kept seeing was kicks. New Day win, and then the new tag team champions, they win the pepperoni pizza titles. That's what I
No
wrote
Big
down here.
E. No Big E. Where it's like I feel like they were alluding so much like, hey, Big E's gonna like do something. Not Comeback Wrestling, but he's gonna show up and do something to like fuck with them. That's what I was
Mhm.
thinking. So I was kind of like let down too, where it's just like, son of a bitch. I just want to say at this time, we were watching this at a friend's house to my friend Jacob's house. Shout out to Jacob. Thank you for hosting the party. Richard shows up in a New Day getup with a cookie cake that said Happy Wrestle Day that he decorated himself.
Wrestle Day. It's 2 nights, damn it! It's not a day, it's nights. Happy Wrestle Night.
Happy. He's like, oh shit, smashes it in my face. We love you, Richard. We love you, man.
Richard's cool. Yeah, I feel bad because of his what is it? His idol, their record has been broken. But again, that's something we can talk about
Yes, I
later
sent
on.
you the picture for that. I don't know if you got that on X. I sent it to you on
I
Twitter.
I did. I saw it on
Okay.
fucking yeah. I'll have to get to that at the
Okay.
end.
Yeah. Well, we'll display that later.
hmm Uh, but yeah, do you have any other comments on this match?
No, sir. I sure don't.
No. Well, what was next here? Naomi versus Jade Cargill, presented by Hot and Spicy Firewalk.
This match was. I feel like this is like the midpoint of the match where it's like the crowd starting to wake up a little bit. Naomi has new theme song, and
Mhm.
it's pretty fucking heavy. From what I understand, I don't quote me on this. People were saying that this is one of the creators or one of the founders of Death Clock
Oh,
that wrote her
really?
song. From what I heard,
Brendan Small, probably.
I think so. Yes, I think it is him.
Was it Brendan Small?
I think
That's
so. That
funny.
he helped make the song for this, and I was like, that's weird. And they were showing Rick Rubin in the crowd as well, another celebrity, but like I guess he's like a music composer.
Oh, he's a producer. He's produced System of a Down, Danzig.
That makes sense. Yes,
Yeah,
because he was in the. They showed him in the crowd with George Kittle when Naomi came out, and I was like, you know what, that makes sense. And she had a heavy fucking song. I'm like, man, this kind of fucking slaps.
compared to her babyface music, that's all glow,
N
glow.
A O. I'm sorry, I gotta stop.
Yeah, it's one of those letters, and then it's just like you feel the glow, and this one's just all. No, yeah, this song was like heavy. I'd put that. I kind of miss her babyface music. Yeah, I liked her new theme, but I like her old theme music more.
I think I'm the other way around. I just like heavier music. That's
Yeah.
always been my go-to. The other note that I had was I hated Jade Cargill's entrance where like that segment they did. Oh, we got good weather here in Las Vegas. I'm like, dude, I swear to God, like I've seen this acting done better in pornos. Like,
Oh shit, I'm fucking dizzy from that shit. Yeah. Oh, I think there's a storm coming up.
ooh, it's
Oh,
getting windy. Ooh.
there's hell. There's rain. Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was
Oh,
pretty bad.
dude. But it got made up because Jade Cargill came out and everything got better. And she could, man, dude, she is so fine. Ugh.
I saw tweets about it that were like, "Here's a collection of Jade Cargill nip slips," and it was just like a bunch of
Dude.
photos of her nips slipping
So
out.
we mentioned that. I was like, oh my, me and Giselle and my friend Jacob, we were watching the match and we were just like, is her like areolas hanging out? And we're like, damn, she has some big areolas. But into more research, aka I just kept staring, or I'm
Hmm.
sorry, we kept staring for
Hmm.
research purposes, was
Yes.
that she had those stickies that cover the areolas and the nipples.
Yeah,
That
I
one
know what
was
you're talking
sticking
about.
up over, yes. So but besides that, what did you think about this match?
What did I write down? An okay match at the end. Jade lifting up Naomi on her shoulders and doing that power bomb was like, holy shit! That one ending, because I didn't know she was gonna do it. I was like, what is she doing? She had her like in an electric chair and then spun her around and then power bombed her, and I was
Hmm.
just like, oh damn! Like that was me the whole match where I would see Jade do something like that, and I was like, oh damn, And so Jade looked good in this match and she ended up winning. And I was just like, okay, that's cool. It was a good match.
Yeah, I'll take what I can get, man. Shout out to these two women for helping elevate the crowd, which it was like desperately needed.
Yeah,
Um, and I feel like, pretty much for the other matches, like it was kind of going up as far as like crowd reaction. If I remember, um, if I remember correctly, the next match was it the U.S. Championship?
the next advertisement was pre-order Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. That's what I wrote down here. The next match was right here. Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight for the United States Championship, presented to you by Wheatley American Vodka.
What did you think about this match?
Um, what did I put here? Oh, here are my notes. Oh shit, LA Knight lost, and Jacob Fatu is the new champion. Wow. That's all I wrote for these notes. I was just like, oh shit, Jacob Fatu won. I mean, it didn't do anything monumental. He was doing all the same spots, which aren't they're amazing. Jacob Fatu
Hmm.
looks amazing every time he does his shit. And LA Knight, but to me, I was more like, what LA Knight like won it and then he lost it to Shinsuke and then he
Hmm.
won it again, and then now he's losing it again. I was like, what the fuck? Why did they keep doing this to him?
I feel like this is maybe LA Knight's transition to the main event scene. I'm really hoping it's his transition to the main event scene because he's still hot. People still love him.
Yeah,
I still like LA Knight. Don't get me wrong. Jacob Fatu, I'm very glad he won. His WrestleMania moment, his first championship belt in the company. I remember he was gonna do the moonsault, but then LA Knight hops to the top rope and like throws him over his shoulder. That was pretty sick. I like when what was it? He was going for his moonsault, and then he countered it to his finisher, the BFT. Did you
oh,
remember seeing that?
I didn't see that. I don't know what I was doing at that time. I don't know if I would say I don't know if I was falling asleep or just like going out of the room or something, but I
Oh
heard about
man,
that. I was hoping there'd be a replay of it because I didn't want to rewind it, but I didn't see a replay.
dang man, it looked fucking immaculate. It was really fucking badass. Sure enough, Jacob Fatu ended with two moonsaults and became the new champion. It was a really solid match. Like they did what they have to do. Again, I feel like a lot of people are very much hyped for Jacob Fatu. Like the hype is very well deserved. LA Knight, I really hope this is transition to the main event scene where he actually goes for one of the main belts, either against John Cena or maybe against
Jay,
spoiler, I'm sorry. We'll see. Cody
Hold on.
or John Cena.
Yeah, yeah. No, because
Yeah.
I don't think John Cena was gonna win. I don't think he's gonna win.
Nah, me either. We haven't talked about it, so it didn't happen yet.
I mean, he could fight Jey Uso. He could fight another Samoan. He's
Yeah.
go
Yeah,
from
he
one
can.
Samoan to another.
Yeah, just pass him on. Pass him on.
That's all you got to do. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Next match here, and this match disclaimer: I had to watch the next day because my niece, right after the LA night match, my niece was like, "Hey, you want to play Roblox?" And I was like, I had told her too, like the day before. I was all, okay, so I got this long weekend of wrestling that I'm gonna watch. So
Uh-huh.
just letting her know, letting everyone know in the family, basically like, hey, I got a lot of wrestling to watch. Just letting y'all know. And then she was like, okay, but then she still came and was like, hey, you want to play Roblox? And I was all,
Oh.
yeah. I was all, yeah, that's cool. We could play some. I could
Nah,
watch
that's
it.
cool.
I was all, I could rewind it, no big deal. But it only lets you rewind it so far. So like that same night, I was able to watch the main event, but not watch the this match and then the Tiffany Stratton Charlotte Flair until the next morning. But I did
Oh,
watch. I
okay.
did watch this. I did. I just didn't watch it the same day.
What's your opinion about the match?
So got my notes here, and again, take it as it is because it was the next day. But El Grande Americano versus it was Rey Fenix now because Rey Mysterio was injured from SmackDown. Not much of a change. Brought to you by Xfinity Wi-Fi. Yellow filter and mariachi band entrance.
That was great.
And he's from the Gulf of America. Did you see people on Twitter saying that this was super racist? That yellow filter?
Oh my god. Yeah, so from what I heard, it's like, oh, the yellow filter?
Yeah, that they were saying the yellow filter like was like
Oh
super
my
racist.
god. Give me a fucking break, dude. He's from Mexico. Come on. It's always yellow in Mexico.
I just think it's funny. It's not
Dude,
even racist. It's just
it is
funny.
so fucking funny. I
It
love
is.
I think it's just so funny that they bill him from the Gulf of America and that people were upset. You're like, oh, it's actually Gulf of Mexico. And then so they supposedly during the pre-show or like the countdown to WrestleMania, Michael Cole is like, oh, just an update. El Grande Americano has changed the status to be from the Gulf of Mexico. It has changed, folks.
Yeah.
And like they just went on, and then at Mania they changed it back to the Gulf of America.
Yeah, what's her? No, she actually announced Gulf of America, and Michael Cole was like, "I don't think Alicia Taylor got the memo, but it was actually Gulf of Mexico."
Oh no, I
It was
didn't hear
changed.
that, man.
He says that like right after she says it, like
Oh,
corrects
dude,
her.
I was laughing my ass off to be paying attention, man, because I just love the gracias.
I put here. It's cool that they. I was fine. I was cool with that they put Rey Fenix instead of Rey Mysterio.
Yeah,
I don't know.
100%.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was like really big deal about that. And then they kept mentioning, and this might be something we'll talk about either like next week or whatever your opinions might be, but that WWE had acquired the Luchas Libre Triple A what program or like
Like they bought the company, I think.
yeah, they bought the company Triple A Lucha Libre.
Yeah, they bought AAA, the Lucha Libre company, and the next show that they're going to be doing is a Worlds Collide with NXT and AAA. And they announced it again today that I want to say that Worlds Collide between NXT and AAA is going to take place the morning of Money in the Bank, which is happening like later on during the summer.
And Vikingo was in the audience.
Dude, I know, man. It just sucks because, you know, we know him for all the crazy shit that he's done, but I don't think he's able to do that anymore because he's been getting injured.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I mean, Vikingo is actually really fucking awesome. So, just wait to see what he is. It's kind of amazing to see him on WWE television right now, you know? I just don't want them to acquire, like, the Lucha Libre name and just not do anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
Quick note. Did you see the president of AAA? The lady?
The chick? Yeah.
She looks like the fucking alien from Mars Attacks when it dresses up as a woman. Like, dude, she's there like this, like
I thought she was hot, but I mean that
what? For real,
I don't
dude,
know.
that headpiece was so fake. That had to have been fake.
I
It
mean,
had to
I
have been
think
fake.
she's hot in like a telenovela sort of like you
Dude.
stole my ex, and then like she slaps you or some shit.
Nah, dude, she looked too powdered up. Like, I was like, man, she has to be like on cocaine or something, man. Because she was there just like, or she just wasn't moving for the longest time. And I'm like, dude, I think this is a joke that my wife made, so credit to her, that she has an earpiece in that when everyone else claps, that her alien overlords tell her in her earpiece, start clapping. And like, stop clapping, and then she'll stop, and then they'll go ack, ack, and then like tell her something else because she's one of the aliens from Mars Attacks.
Mhm.
I
No,
100% believe that, dude. And they show her again like in the crowd, and she's just there like shaking like a chihuahua, dude. Like when they're in trouble.
uh-huh.
I was very much worried for her.
Which is all the time. Chihuahuas are just shaking all the time.
Try not to throw up.
No, I thought she was hot, but I guess I get that with the women of power. I kind of like that like Mexico is more forward in that way that they'll be okay with like a woman president or a woman leader, and here in
Oh,
America,
God forbid. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I think women of power is kind of hot. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily like it, but I like it in like a fantasy sort of sense,
Oh,
But
shit.
but we're getting off topic here.
I know we really are. What other notes do you have for this match? What's going on here?
I like how they keep telling Michael Cole how El Grande Americano can't be Chad Cable like at all. Like they tell him the whole match.
Dude, it's so great, man. This show is so
funny.
fucking funny.
The whole time it's just like, how can he be, him? They've been in the same room together, blah blah. It's just like, dude, it's Chad Cable. You could tell.
Oh man, dude, I fucking love that shit. I love kayfabe.
Oh yeah, I love fucking. That's all kayfabe available. Woody Word podcast available.
Yeah, make sure to subscribe and leave a like and then give us a 5-star rating on all your social media platforms.
That belly to belly to the corner buckle and the 450 moonsault that Chad Gable, I mean fucking El Grande Americano did.
He was on the card. No.
Yeah. It's just a shame. Another year without Chad Gable on a WrestleMania.
It fucking pisses
card.
me off. Makes me sick.
But that 450 moonsault was like rowdy. It looked fucking crazy.
It did look fucking crazy. Sure enough, I do know that eventually he did put the steel plate under his mask. Ray Phoenix tries to go for that tightrope kick. Or what they call it? They call it like a Mexican tightrope or something. It sounds racist.
They probably called like a Mexican punt or something silly.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
And the match ends because Ray Phoenix tried to go for like a springboard, I guess like headbutt, but then Grande Americano hits him, knocks him out, and then he goes for a flying headbutt off the top rope, and he wins his what a WrestleMania debut for this new and upcoming rookie.
Oh, Grande Americano. I put here, I wonder if Rey Mysterio would have lost, but I'm sure the match would have gone the same, right? If Rey Mysterio was in it.
Yeah, I think so too. There's something. Oh man, my wife pointed this out to me. Let me see, Americano song, because his song, it's man, I'm trying to think of what his song was. It's like a mariachi version of Stars and Stripes Forever, but it's a mariachi version. Have you ever noticed that?
No, I didn't notice that. That's funny.
Dude, it's so fucking funny. Like, my wife was the one who put it out to me, and I just cracked the fuck up. I was like, hell yeah, dude, that is it.
That's great. I just like how they're going with this character, and everyone's like, it's fucking Chad Gable, but it's just like, who cares?
I was like, yeah, who cares? It's like, this is racist. It's like, okay.
The whole world's racist. Get over it.
Wait, what? How dare you?
It's true. I believe me. But speaking of white privilege, the next match, or do you have anything else to comment on
No.
Ray Phoenix? The next
Sh-
match, uh, WWE Women's Championship match, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Cool Barbie entrance for Tiffany, courtesy of Mattel, presented by V Better. Do you know what V Better does?
you stumped me. You reminded
Dude,
me. I was gonna look this up
I looked it
too.
up because I was like, what is V Better? And
Can
apparently it's like an app that rewards you. Like, let's say you go onto it and it rewards you for doing good things. Like, oh, you threw away three glass bottles in the recycle. Okay, and then you like put that into the app and it rewards you with like cryptocurrency that's like their currency, and then you can like slowly build up that currency and I guess get real rewards, you know?
V Better is a community-driven platform that incentivizes sustainable actions through its utility token Better, spelled B3TR. Users engage in eco-friendly dApps, earn tokens, and participate in governance to drive positive change. That is fucking crazy.
Do you participate in eco-friendly dApps? I know.
I just step up in that pussy.
Fiend,
um,
fiend, fiend,
fee,
fiend,
fee,
fiend,
fee,
fiend,
fee,
fiend,
fee,
fiend,
fee,
V,
fee.
V. Be better.
I just recycle.
Yeah, well, you know, that's essentially what the app is like a reward app that you put in yourself, you know, and I don't know, it was just a weird I was like, what is that app? What does it do? And I just looked it up like, oh, okay. That's okay, cool, I
I thought
guess.
V Better was like something like a Airbnb app,
I
like
thought it was
a travel
therapy.
option.
I thought it was a talk
It's
therapy.
it sounds like it could be therapy. It does
Yeah,
sound like that.
that's what I thought it was, but yeah, I was like, okay, that's cool. But let me see what I put here. I put here their outfits look very similar. The
Hmm.
ending got a little weird where Charlotte was either sandbagging her or tired, but I'm glad Tiffany Stratton won it. It was an
Yes,
okay match.
it was an okay match. I do agree 100%. Um, it's just I know it started off like a brawl sense, like in the middle,
Mhm.
but for some reason it's I wanted this to be better, but I felt so bad
Mhm.
for Tiffany Stratton because she looked fucked up after the end of this match.
All
Where
beat up.
yeah, she looked beat up. I thought she lost a tooth.
Yeah, I kept seeing pictures of that, and then they showed a picture. Nope, she's got all her teeth and like smiling.
Like
And
smiling.
mhm.
So people were assuming, oh, like she got plastic surgery, which is like, you could probably get plastic surgery like, that fast. I'm assuming. I'm not too sure.
I mean,
Um,
if you're that rich, yeah, you could fucking get a house call and have someone fix your tooth real quick.
or what kind of makes the most sense is that her makeup smeared on her tooth, so it looked like it covered her tooth.
Mm.
And that's like that makes more sense. Um, it was weird because I thought Charlotte was sandbagging. Like, did you get that as well?
Yeah, I saw tweets about it, and then like I saw when I did see the match the next day. I saw like at the end, it got real like it was like right at the end of the match where she looked like she was trying to Tiffany was trying to lift her, and she couldn't like lift her right or catch her right,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just it was looking messy. Like it got like it was just right at the end. That's why I was like, is she tired or is something like going wrong? I didn't think it was like purposefully, you know?
I don't know, man, because like a couple years ago, Charlotte fought Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 39, which was a fucking fantastic match. And I felt like that match was a lot longer than this one, and they were still able to put on like a fucking great match. Where it's like this one was given a short amount of time, yeah, but I feel like they could have done so much more because they're both great.
Hmm.
But something was just off. I couldn't tell what it was, and after the match ended, everyone that I was watching it with, it like we all agreed the same thing. It was just like really, it felt out of place. Like something didn't feel right. I feel like more could have been done. I'm just glad that Tiffany Stratton won.
Me too. I was like worried. Yeah, I don't know. I love Charlotte Flair. I think she's the shit, but I don't think she should have won this match. And I'm glad
Mm-mm.
she didn't. Yeah, I'm glad it turned out that way.
Yeah, and then the whole time I was thinking, like we were discussing, was like Kaiser wasn't in her DMs.
I was thinking about that. I always think about that every now and then, or even when I saw Charlotte, I'm like, I'm sorry, Charlotte Flair. Like you're so attractive. You're one of the greatest voice crack, greatest women wrestlers, but Kaiser was not in your DMs at all. I'm
No,
sorry.
not at all, dude. It's like I don't know who's believing you, but nobody in the world is.
No, no, that's not happening. But the main event, the real main event to some people, the final main event. Now the match here for night one, Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, presented by Xfinity.
Man, this match saved night one. It fucking saved night one. I would I go as far as saying this is one of the best Mania matches? Maybe. And I stand on a fucking mountaintop and I will shout that out. Like this is a great fucking main event pay-per-view for a great main event for WrestleMania, you know? Like everyone was just so invested. It's like a good story, great fucking wrestling. I just don't know what it was, but man, like everyone was on their fucking A game in this match. The entrances lasted like fucking 15, 20 minutes, I want to say. Roman
Yeah.
Reigns' was 8 minutes. I know because we're all having our arm up, but I kept my arm up the whole fucking time and my arm was sore. And today we were celebrating Easter next door or with our in-laws, and my wife was just saying, man, dude, my arm fucking hurts. And I was like, why? She's all, for acknowledging our tribal chief. And I was like, you damn right it hurts because you're acknowledging your tribal chief.
You're goddamn right. We acknowledge the one
Goddamn
true,
right.
the one true Lord. And I don't know.
Dude, but what did you think about this match? Or like, what notes do you have?
I didn't write much. I put grave a great swerve of storytelling. It's weird how favors work, and Seth Rollins deserves the win. I think he has been losing so much to where I was like, you know what, this is a win he deserves, and I'm kind of glad he pinned Roman Reigns. You know,
He pinned Roman Reigns. Well, let's talk about it. So, Paul Heyman gives the steel chair to CM Punk, and he's gonna hit Roman Reigns with it, and he fucking low blows him, and then he gives the chair to Roman Reigns, and he's like, my tribal chief, and like pointing at Seth Rollins, my tribal chief, and I go, hey, Mira, hey, Roman, like if he's trying to call him kid. So Roman Reigns is about to go and attack him with the steel chair, and then sure enough, for some fucking funny reason, I thought was so hilarious that he low blows it, but then he's moving his arm around like he punched him in the chest.
he low blowed him and kind of like toggled it, like did this little job or whatever. That was fucking hilarious.
Low blowed Roman Reigns, and then Seth Rollins just standing there with the chair in his like his hand out. Paul Heyman gives him the chair, beats the fucking shit out of Roman. Curb stomp, goes for the pin, and he wins the triple threat, which I fucking love CM Punk. Like one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. But I agree with you. Seth Rollins 100% deserved this win. And this is where we were talking about earlier, where Seth Rollins is a Paul Heyman guy now. And now we're just going to see like what happens. And, like what's going to happen on the Raw, SmackDown after Mania. It's going to be big. It really is, man.
Yeah. This is where, even with this match, and then not really looking into it, but with the Cena and Rhodes match, it's more about what happens next rather than oh my god, what did I saw? I know what I saw now, but what happens now? What happens after that? You know what I mean?
There was also the videos of like when everyone's walking out Roman goes up the ramp, or like everyone goes up the ramp, but CM Punk's just like in the ring himself, and he's just like, I don't know if you saw him mouth off. He's like, I fucking did it. Like, holy shit.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah, he mouthed it off to himself, and everyone's like doing the hand claps. Give them their flowers, dude. This is a great main event for WrestleMania. Probably wouldn't. I easily put this in like the top 10, top 5 of all time Mania main events. It was a fucking badass match. And it's like that's what we needed after this fucking long night of not shitty wrestling, but just like
Mediocre.
meh at best.
Meh. It was meh. It was just meh Monday night. No, it was meh.
Man, WrestleMania.
In China, WrestleMania, China. But that was night one. Yeah, that was a good main event.
It 100% was, man. So then now, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll talk about night 2 of WrestleMania, which just finished a few hours ago. Hence why it looks a lot darker in here. We're recording this like around midnight.
Yeah.
So night 2 of WrestleMania. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it first. What a fucking step up from the night before.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I don't know. It was just starting from the very first match and the way it progressed. I think it crescendoed well. Like it started out high and it stayed at that level. I think rather than starting out low. Like and I hate to say that, talking more shit about Jey Uso and all that, but starting out low, and then just slowly tiny building up, but just barely, you know what I mean? Baby steps, where this one started out high and sort of stayed at that high.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you that, man, maybe, I know we just talked about one of the best Mania main events, but this is one of the best Mania openers. And I can say that with confidence because, man, I bet you these women were fucking pissed off because they didn't main event, which honestly, they should have either co-main evented. And that's another big fucking thing I'm going to complain about is the order of these matches, because the order of these matches, so not like all of them, but 3 of them that I know for sure. The women's triple threat match was going to open night 2 with Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Bianca Belair. The tag team women's match was going to be the co-main event of night 2. The second to last match with Lyra Valkyria, a mystery partner because Belly got taken out.
Mm.
And then against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And then the main event, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. God damn it, dude. This match should have been the second to last match on. It should have 100% been the second to last match on. Me personally.
No, I agree. It should have been like the co-main event, but also whatever you want to call it, the second to last match. But I think it really opened up, like I said, it set the bar for the whole night. You know what I mean? Like it kind of did what Jey Uso and Gunther's match wanted to do. It wanted to do the same thing, kind of like what AEW would do, where they would open up with MJF and whatever his match is, instead of just like a regular, let's open up with a battle royale or something that people, they come in and they get their popcorn while they're waiting for this match to be done with, but it really set the pace, and I'm kind of glad they opened up with this match, because it was just like, man, this really set the bar for the night, and it kept it up like higher,
Io Sky's Titantron, I think it was like black and green, like a neon green, like lightning and everything. I had that same font on my MySpace page back in like 2009. So I'm just like, man, this is my girl right here, dude. I've always been an Io Sky fan, so I'm like, I was rooting for her like 100%. Like, she's just sick. Rhea Ripley, when she came out, she kind of reminded me of the Batman Who Laughs. Did you get that as well?
I didn't, but I saw tweets about it, and I was like,
okay.
I guess I could kind of see that if you're like
Really
I don't
stretching
know.
out for it. Yeah, because
Not stretching too far, but it's not anything I immediately saw where I was all, oh shit, you know what I mean? Because I know a little bit about that Batman Who Laughs, and I didn't see it at first, but I'm like, I guess I could see it, if you're
yeah, because
trying to.
that's what I saw at first. But then someone posted that same picture that you're talking about, where it's like the side by side comparison, and I'm
Mhm.
like, nah, dude, I don't see it anymore because he posted those two pictures together.
Yeah, and they really booed Bianca Belair. I feel bad. I feel bad because I know when they first started booing Bianca Belair, it was during I think the France shows, right? When they were over there in across the pond.
Yes.
And I know people were I saw people tweeting, wow, it's really showing how the people over there, the French, are with our black talent, like
Oh
basically
my
saying
god.
basically saying they're racist, you know what I mean, to the black
Hmm.
talent. But then they're booing her here, and so I'm like, okay, they must just like not want to see her anymore. Maybe they're tired of her, even though I think she's great.
Me too.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily boo her. I don't know,
Hmm.
but I could see why they're booing her in this context because Rhea Ripley, you're not gonna boo Rhea Ripley, and then Io Sky, she's fucking great, so you're not gonna boo her. So you got to boo someone. Yeah, but I was gonna say before, um, Ava Max. I know you were saying that Celebrity. She performed the national anthem for this night, and then night two was presented by Wingstop. Even though they did a match too, but yeah, this match was presented by Minute Maid. Bring the juice. That's what I wrote here. Uh, Minute Maid's juice box where people will bring. Oh, they had a spot called the Minute Maid juice box where people will bring drinking. People will be drinking Minute Maid juice the whole match. I guess that's what I wrote here.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of counters, and I figured when is Bianca going to use her hair, and she used it at least once to whip Rhea. Io won at the end with the moonsault and pinned Bianca Belair. Way better opening match than yesterday.
Hmm. The last spot was fucking insane because what was it? I think
When Rhea was down and Io did the moonsault and landed right on her
yes,
face to her feet.
yes, and then like, oh my god, yes. So with
Yeah,
that spot, I remember when she picked her feet up and then Io Sky hit her feet. I don't know if you saw, but her feet never touched the ground. So she just
really.
got full face of feet,
Full
and
face.
then
Oh,
and like
I'd love full face to feet with that.
the spot I was talking about,
Yeah, the Riz face.
the one spot I was talking about is that Rhea was on the turnbuckle, and I think Io Sky was gonna go for a poison Rana,
Oh
but Rhea
yeah.
Ripley held her and like swung her up, and then she hit like the top of the post, and you heard like a.
Oh yeah, that was scary. You just hear like a metal thud or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, and
scary.
so like later on that match, Io Sky is still out. Belair gets her hair, fucking cracks Rhea Ripley. She goes for the KOD. She hits the KOD. She's going for the pin. Like, she has both of her legs up like that to hold her down. And then Io Sky fucking just moonsaults on top of both of them where it doesn't look safe at all. And I was just worried for the both of them. Io Sky gets the fucking win in a fucking great opener, which honestly, this is a big stretch, but I would definitely put this up there with Owen Hart versus Bret Hart as one of the greatest one of the greatest Mania openers. Like Owen Hart versus Bret Hart and Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. Like it is fucking good. I will go back and watch this over and over again.
This was a good match. This was like leagues above the opening match from night one, where I was just like, man, like this is how you open up a WrestleMania event.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And yeah, when you were saying the idea of putting it as the co-main event, it does make it does make sense there because it's weird to have the women's tag team match. I mean, not now knowing who the creative player was that shows up, it kind of makes sense. But
Mm-hmm.
even before I feel like that should have been the opener, but it was good to set the pace here. And I feel like you could have swapped this match with the main event, and it would have been just as good. I think so. Or the
Hell yeah.
co-main, the final, the second to last. I don't know. It was a good match. It was fucking great.
It should have been higher on the card.
Yeah, it should have, but since it was here, it made the night, I think, better. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. It really did help the night. I think, sort of like, especially get that bad taste out of your mouth of the night one first match, where you're like, oh, this is an actual match. This is a match, you know.
And then before we go to the next match, this is the first time a Japanese women's wrestler has won a match at WrestleMania.
I gotta learn Chinese. That's all I'm gonna be saying in the morning.
I gotta learn Chinese.
I gotta learn Chinese.
Oh my goodness gracious! What's the next match we got here?
She was the first Japanese woman to main event WrestleMania.
To win at WrestleMania.
To win at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, it's the next match on the right side right here. The Sin City Street Fight between Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, sponsored by Doom Dark Ages.
Doom the Dark Ages. Drew McIntyre came out with a Doom the Dark Ages inspired entrance. Pretty cool. Damian Priest had the guitarist from Slayer playing along with his theme song, so that was pretty cool too. I guess that's what I wrote here. And then I didn't really watch this match. I went to get some water and ended up talking to my niece about Roblox in the other room. And by the time I came back and knew it, Drew McIntyre had won right when I came back.
Man, dude, this match kicked ass.
I swear, that's right when I came back. It was like, and I was like, that was it? I was gone for like 10 minutes.
It was a very short match.
It was a short match, right? It was.
Maybe like, I know it was over 10 minutes, but I don't think it was no more than 15. It had to have been way shorter than 15. Actually, let me look up, because I'm pretty sure someone posted this on Wikipedia. Like, it shows like the length of the matches. So I'll look this up. But before I do, no, this match was pretty solid. I mean, it wasn't anything like death-defying or anything, but they were just beating the shit out of each other. Drew McIntyre did another selfie, like what he did last year. Yeah, he did a selfie this time. Last year he put bored at work, LOL, and then this year he put still bored at work, LOL, which is actually super fucking funny. Please, I think I sent it to you. I don't remember.
You sent that to me.
Yeah, that was like, oh, like still bored at work, LOL. Oh man, that shit was fucking great right there.
Still bored at work, LOL.
So it turns out the guy who gave him that phone was his brother. His brother was the one who gave him the phone. Yeah, so I guess that's why he had the kilt on, to show that they're both Scottish.
Yeah. Okay, well, he's his actual brother. He is going to be Scottish too. So
I would hope so. It'd be weird if he wasn't.
No, I mean, I just didn't see the match, but I'm glad it was pretty good. I figured it was short, because I swear I was only gone. It wasn't like I was over there in the living room talking about this Roblox game for fucking 20-30 minutes. I was only there for like 10 minutes, and I come back and it's over. I was all, dang, that was a quick ass street fight.
This match runtime was 13 minutes and 55 seconds.
Dang, yeah, that's exactly how long I was gone.
That's exactly how long I was talking about Roblox. Wow,
yeah, that's my typical Roblox conversation is 13 minutes.
The internet's so beautiful, man. It's a beautiful place.
What did you think of this match? Though, it was good.
I really did enjoy it, man. It's like, it was another match where it's like it started off hot and it just kept that same level where, like, I mean, maybe a little bit below, but I think that's just me being nitpicky at this point. They kicked each other's ass, and Drew McIntyre ended up winning. It was pretty hardcore for the most part. I don't want to be nitpicky about this one. It was solid. It was a really good match.
Hell yeah. Let's see what we have. Next, the Intercontinental 4-way. The Intercontinental Championship 4-way match. Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor, presented by Dude Wipes.
Hell yeah.
I here are my notes here. I had ordered the Domino's stuffed crust pizza and went to go eat and came back. And this was like during their entrances. So when I came back, Braun Breaker was double suplexing everyone. He was like, he did double German suplexes. He did double regular suplexes. He was just suplexing everyone. Carlito took that spear on the table and
Oh, dude, that shit looked crazy. That I love the way that table broke into like a cartoonishly amount of pieces.
I wrote down Carlito has to learn how to take spears. I gotta learn how
Carlito
to
needs
take
to learn
a spear.
Chinese.
I gotta learn how to take spear. And then I put, damn, Dominic won, pinning Finn Balor, and the crowd is cheering very rowdy for Dominic that he
Dude,
won.
they were hot for Dominic.
Yeah,
Man.
like not booing, they were like cheering him that he won.
Dude, but he did good. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, all these guys did good in this match. Penta's fucking badass. I love Penta. I mean, I love Braun Breaker. Dominic Mysterio, he still looks like a fucking bitch, but it's like I understand it's his character. And from
Yeah.
what I understand, he's a very, very nice guy. And Finn Balor, you're never gonna make me hate Finn Balor ever. The only thing I hate about Finn Balor is his entrance theme. I hate how they made it like a trap theme. It sucks.
It goes like, it's Finny time, and then it goes his music.
Like Finn Balor.
It's the Fiend. No,
Balor,
what is his
Balor.
name? What's his name? His alter ego?
Oh, the demon.
The demon. It's the demon, and then
He
they
goes,
just like
"Ooh."
Gold Dust theme or something.
We'll just
I love it. I love.
hell yeah!
fucking
Thank you,
Gold
thank you. I worked 10 minutes before we recorded on that, just in case he needs to see my Gold Dust impersonation.
Yes, I'm exhausted. No.
But
been a
dude,
long
nah,
week.
it ended pretty hot, man. This crowd was on fire for Dominic, which kind of blew my mind because usually everyone boos the fucking shit out of him.
Yeah, that was trippy, but it was fucking badass. It was cool.
So the next match, or should we say, it was the Open Challenge by Randy Orton, sponsored by Wingstop.
I put here Randy Orton versus your creative character, presented by Wingstop. Yeah.
So before we saw who actually did come out, who did you think was going to come out?
Who did I think was going to come out?
Me personally, I thought it was going to be Solo Sikoa.
Who did I think? I'm trying to remember who I thought it was going to be. I don't remember, because I remember seeing a tweet about Joe Hendry, and I was like, "There's no way it can be Joe Hendry." Like that was my like, nah, it's not going to be Joe Hendry. I had more about a guess about the next match about the tag team match, but I don't know. Oh, some people were saying Nick Aldis.
I was thinking the same thing too. I thought it was gonna be Nick Aldis, but the way they were leaning to it, I thought it was gonna be Solo Sikoa. Which honestly, I'm glad it wasn't. Randy Orton comes out, does his entrance. He gives a little promo at the beginning talking about whoever's gonna come out. So for those who don't know, it's supposed to be Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens, which honestly I think would have been a great fucking match on this card.
Mm-hmm.
Very much needed. Kevin Owens is injured with a neck injury. Speedy recovery to him. I really hope he does come back, which causes him to drop out of WrestleMania. So Randy Orton is left without a WrestleMania opponent. So he's just like heated, like, oh, I'm going to give him the most devastating letters in the English dictionary, RKO. Sure enough, the cameramen are up on the stage, and in the middle of the stage, it opens up. And then there's just a guy with his back like this, and sure enough, it's fucking Joe Hendry. Dude, me and my brother were watching this. I fucking stood up and I was like, ah! like tapping my thighs and like I was like, let's go.
I know. I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit. That's fucking great.
Dude, he got a huge pop.
Uh-huh.
A
Uh-huh.
huge pop out of it, man. And I think from what I understand, that's the first time the TNA championship has been presented at WrestleMania.
That's
All
crazy.
because of Joe Hendry. Like that blows my fucking mind. But spoiler alert, it wasn't any spectacle or anything in this match. It was a short match, very goofy. I think that's what it needs to be because you could tell that Randy Orton was having a good time and Joe Hendry was just very, very excited to be there.
Well,
Where
it was more celebrating that this was the 20th year of WrestleMania for Randy Orton. So he just wanted to
20 fucking years.
20 years of WrestleMania, and that's what he was like. That's what he was celebrating was that, and that's why he had that open challenge. And yeah, whenever it was Joe Henry, I was like, oh shit! And like you said, it was more of a comical match. They had all those face zoom ins,
Oh,
and
dude, that was so great. I love that last spot where he gives him like the over the head suplex, and then he does that spot where he turns around, the camera zooms in on him, and then you just see Randy Orton just come out with an RKO out of nowhere and just gets him in the same camera angle, like there's no cuts or anything.
it's all zoomed
And
in.
sure, Randy Orton wins it like a little over 3 minutes, I believe.
Yeah, it was
And
very short.
And so after the match, he picks up Joe Hendry. He's telling like, "Oh, like this is your moment. Like you do it, whatever. Like show off." Raising his hand, gives him another RKO, and then Randy Orton. He's like, he has his back toward like the hard cam, and he's just looking over his shoulder, like if he's gonna do it, and he's just like, "Oh well." And then he like has the crowd in his hands. Oh, he turns around and just does his pose like that. I was like, you know
Yeah.
what, dude? I'm happy with that, dude. That is so fucking great.
No, it was a great little fucking I don't know, it was a great little gimmick type of match, and
Mm-hmm.
it was cool to see Joe Henry come out and get that huge reaction. Like you said, put the TNA championship in the spotlight, and Randy Orton to get his WrestleMania. It really was a moment, you know. It's something
Mhm.
people are going to talk about.
Dude, it was fucking great. I could have stopped laughing because I think it was Pat McAfee or Wade Barrett that said that if Randy Orton wins, he should be the TNA champion.
No, that was Pat McAfee. What he said, he's like, so if Randy Orton wins, he wins the TNA championship, and he's like, no, this isn't for the title. That's not how it works. I'm like, Cole's just telling him that, like,
Dude, man.
he's like, no, that'd be pretty cool. And it's like, no, it's not for the title.
No, that's not this, man. That's not this. Pat McAfee was pissing me the fuck off in this whole pay-per-view, dude. He needs to shut up, man.
You could tell he was trying to like fit in where he could, but he was just being kind of obnoxious the whole
It really
time.
was. Like he wasn't fitting at all. I was like, Michael Cole needs to tell him to shut up once or twice.
But no, this was good. This was really it was a fun little thing to do.
Oh man, yes. It was fucking great. Next match I have it here as well was Logan Paul versus AJ Styles, presented by the General.
Yeah, that's exactly who was presented by. What would you got anything on your notes?
It was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't It wasn't bad, and it wasn't great. It was just like in that level of like, you know what? It was good. It wasn't anything memorable or anything like that. Karrion Kross, I popped for Karrion Kross. Like he comes out because he's starting to do this shit where he's like, I don't even know how to say it. Like he's trying to like convince, AJ to like do like the bad deeds or anything. Do you know how to describe it? Where
Be evil or something? He's trying to have him be evil.
or like to be like, hey, like
He's
you
trying to
could
get him
do
to
this,
cheat.
like, yeah, or like, hey, you could do this, like, you could get away with this. He's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And then, spoiler alert, Logan Paul beats AJ Styles in this match.
Mm-hmm.
Logan Paul's finisher is kind of nice.
I like it. It's way better than the lucky punch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the pulverizer.
Yeah, it doesn't cover up the fact that I still fucking hate Logan Paul.
That's the thing, though. You're supposed to.
That's the thing. He's doing his good work, character work.
That shows how great he is because you hate him.
What notes do you have?
I liked all the camera view entrance at the beginning for Logan Paul. That was kind of cool, where it had all in
Yes.
like 9 camera views.
Mhm,
That was pretty
pretty
cool.
sick.
Logan Paul did an amazing lion salt that was like all the way from the other side of the ring. I don't know if you caught
Oh
that.
yes, like 3/4, right?
Yeah, that was fucking amazing.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, just like at the end, one of Logan Paul's goons brings out Brass Knuckles. Karrion Kross stops him and tries to get AJ Styles to cheat, but he doesn't. And Logan Paul wins the match. And then I put here, meh, at the end. Meh.
Yeah,
Meh.
it was okay. It's like it was what it was. It did the job okay. A lot better than the matches from night one, from
Yeah,
what I remember.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Next year I have Undertaker and Cody Rhodes are in Fortnite. That's what I wrote here.
Oh yes, I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, I saw a commercial for it. I thought I'd write it in. Uh, we see what was next here. Oh, the women's tag team championship presented. Well, this was Liv and Raquel versus Lyra Valkyria and a creative character presented by Papa John's. And who did you think was gonna join Lyra Valkyria? Because I thought it was gonna be Jade Cargill.
No, I didn't think it was gonna be Jay Cargill. I didn't really have a thought in my mind about this one because the setup for this was that the night before Bailey gets attacked. I don't know. They say that Liv and Raquel attacked her, or
They
that
I don't think
somebody else attacked her.
they said they didn't know who did it, but
Well,
that
okay.
yeah, but it was presumed that it was Liv and Raquel.
So Bailey gets hurt. So she's
Yeah,
taken out of the fucking match.
which is
And
bullshit. But yeah, whatever.
Nick Aldis, I think it was Nick Aldis, right, that tells Lyra that she needs to find a new partner for Sunday. Um, Literally, I didn't think anything of it because I was just more upset the fact that Bailey was taken off of WrestleMania. That's fucking not fair to her because she's been busting her fucking ass like all last year just to be taken off of the fucking card. And I know there was like reports talking about how they just told her within weeks like this is what's going to happen, and a lot of other performers were super upset about it because they consider Bailey to be like a locker room leader. And
She's
I'm just
great.
like, she's fucking great. And man, you're gonna take this fucking spot away from her, like. So sure enough, they do the entrances. Liv Morgan looks fucking fine as hell. Um, Lyra comes out, and sure enough, the mystery partner was the returning Becky Lynch. And I look at my brother, and I'm just like,
I was like, oh shit, it's Becky Lynch. I thought it'd be
oh,
Jade Cargill. That's what I wrote here.
I don't know, man. What other notes do you have for this one? Go ahead.
Presented by Papa John's. That's what I wrote here because it was. Lyra keeps losing feathers every time she takes a hit. Becky Lynch does the man slam to Liv, and they win. Meh. I put meh.
It was, I don't know, man. I put this below, man. I don't think this is really any of the women's fault. Let me see. I wanted to see how long this match was. This match was 8 minutes and 40 seconds. Can you fucking believe that shit?
It felt longer. It really felt longer for some reason.
It's not fair to Bailey.
No,
I'm gonna
absolutely
fucking
not.
stand by that. That's a hill I'm gonna fucking die on. It's
Mhm.
not fair to fucking Bailey. And it's like cool, it's Becky Lynch, but man, at this point, I have friends I was messaging. I was like, man, dude, like I'm fucking pissed at this. They're like, oh, you're a Becky Lynch hater? And I'm just like, man, they're trying to make me into one, I guess. It's like it's just not fair to Bailey because it's like, she's been busting her ass. They take her off in a stupid fucking angle that they already did with Jade Cargill that they're gonna rehash again. And like I don't know how much creative control Becky Lynch has. It's like, man, dude, if you're gonna have a return after the Raw after Mania. Fucking a lot of people are gonna be returning by then. It's like, why does it have to be on a Mania card? And not only that, you're gonna hand her the tag team championship right away.
Real
It's
weird. Very weird.
real fucking weird, dude. And it's like, man, we had that fucking killer of a women's match earlier during the evening, the first match of the show, and it got snooped out for this fucking shit. It's like, or at least have this match open up first, and everyone pop for Becky Lynch. So it's like, at this point, I was just like, man, dude, I don't give two fucks about Becky Lynch. And I don't even think it's her, but it's like, I'm not excited about it anymore. It's like I feel like she's done whatever she could do. Where it's like, same thing with like Charlotte. It's like, Charlotte's a really great wrestler along with Becky Lynch, but man, you got such a stacked roster of women's wrestlers that, the time can be given to them. And you just so happens like, oh, I need a title belt. Okay, we'll give you the women's tag championships. I don't know, man. I fucking guess. This really left a sour taste in my mouth. I don't know if you could tell.
A little bit. It should have gone on first if that was the case.
Well, I don't know, man. I feel like I gotta learn Chinese.
That might solve all your problems. It might. I think it would. This match was just meh. That's all I could really say for me.
It was definitely meh. I agree.
No. Next here, Stone Cold came out on a 4-wheeler, hit the shit out of the barricade, and some lady looked all shook up like she got hit from it. I don't know if you saw that.
She fucking fell over.
Yeah, she got hit all rowdy to where like Nick Khan went and looked at her and shit like that. And
man,
he just came out to announce the attendance record of about 63,000, and then he drank beer. Classic. That's all I wrote here for that.
I guess that's all you can do. He's like, oh man, I need to get the fuck out of here. I need to get the fuck out of here.
I drink and drive. I
drink and drive. I need to get the fuck out of here. I gotta drop my ATV. I gotta go learn Chinese.
Jey Uso, help me out. Get me out of this.
Jimmy, I don't know. Y'all both got DUIs. Help me out of here.
Get me out of this.
Oh man. And lastly, what do we got here?
Finally, the real main event. Not the night one bullshit, because the night one doesn't count. And I don't know. That's what people will say. The real main event: John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, presented by Drumstick Ice Cream.
I like drumsticks.
I do too. I was thinking of eating one for the show, but I know my fingers would get all sticky, even though it's like easy to eat.
I'm gonna write it down on my shopping list that we need some drumsticks in this house.
I have some. They're good.
So the night before that triple threat main event, that match was 32 minutes and 55 seconds.
Damn.
This main event was 21 minutes and 40 seconds.
Felt slow with
significantly slower than the night before. Let me ask you, man, what did you think about this main event right here?
Let's see what I wrote here. John Cena had a plain as fuck entrance. Cody Rhodes had dirt bikes and a cool skull helmet that opened up like Iron Man. The wrestling was okay throughout the match. A ref bump happened. John Cena exposed the steel turnbuckle. Oh shit! It's the official WWE theme song playing, and Travis Scott shows up for reasons. Damn! Travis Scott pulled the ref that the ref has. Travis Scott pulled the ref again, gave him a ref bump, and that ref has to be dead now that he took 2 ref bumps. And Travis Scott got Crossroads, and we know what happened. John Cena ended up winning and beating Cody Rhodes.
This match was so underwhelming. It's with the amount of hype that was in here, dude. It's like, man, this is gonna be fucking good. But then now, from a fucking like a literal standpoint, I'm like, this doesn't make sense the way they executed it. Where, oh man, breaking news. Well, not breaking news. someone got hit with one of the golf carts with the wrestler on it after the show.
After the show?
Yeah, I just sent it to you right now if you want to look it up. So supposedly, I can't tell who it is that's in the cart, but a they're showing a fucking like they're showing their title belts, and like they're driving away, and someone gets hit by the fucking golf cart.
It's Dominic. Oh shit. That was Dominic
Oh
in
man.
the cart. Oh
Oh
shit, yeah,
man,
someone
dude.
just got ran over.
Shit. Ah man, it's okay. So let me recollect. That just looked fucking funny. I hope that person's okay. Big question: where the fuck was The Rock?
Yeah, he didn't need to be a part of this at all if he wasn't going to be a part of it, you know.
He didn't need to be fucking a part of it. And from what I'm understanding, everyone else is fucking complaining about the same thing. If The Rock is going to insert himself in this fucking storyline, he should be in said storyline when it's being executed. And sure enough, who was it that comes out instead? Travis Scott. And dude, I just don't understand. Like, again, all these fucking celebrity tie-ins, man. It's like, props to Travis Scott. He took a crossroads and it looked pretty sick. But afterwards, what happened? John Cena, he kicks him in the fucking dick, hits him with the belt, and then pins and wins. To have Cody Rhodes go in one of the biggest stories in all of wrestling within the past 5 years, losing at WrestleMania 39, having to finishing his story by defeating one of the most dominant champions in modern history, just to lose like that. It's like, if you're gonna have him lose like that, then it's like all his other matches where he kicks out all those other fucking finishes like 4 or 5 times in a row, that should have ended it then and there. To where John Cena doesn't do his finisher. Like, I understand John Cena's playing the character of being a fucking asshole. He's doing a great job. But it doesn't make sense for Cody to lose like that. I don't think it makes sense.
No, it was a weird match, and it leaves more questions than answers as to what's going to happen now with Cody not having the belt. I didn't expect him to lose, and he lost, and it's like, oh shit. So what's going to happen now? John Cena, he's just going to keep the title until he retires, because he basically said he was going to like return it back to what its boring state or whatever his promo was,
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
And it has nothing to do with Cena winning. I'm happy John Cena won. I'm glad he got his 17th championship. It's just the way they fucking executed this where it leaves me fucking scratching my head, man, where it just doesn't make sense. A lot of these wrestlers are these wrestling accounts, like wrestling Twitter, super heated that this happened. This one I follow called Hubble Wrestling, I actually believe in that theory now that Big Dwayne just shows up on any random night on a WWE show, so the writers have to write something for him so that he's happy without any guarantee that he's coming back to finish the story. Triple H must hate him because there was no mention of him in the 8-hour speech that he did at the Hall of Fame. And then everyone, Wrestle Features replies to them, "This is clearly the case. The Rock is randomly showing up. WWE are forced to deliver these huge angles, and then he dips, and they're left putting the pieces together. It needs to stop. Either commit to the angle or don't bother." Bad Blood, the weird babyface turn on Raw, Cena's story. It's like those are multiple times where The Rock shows up and then he just fucks off. It's like it really hurt the product here, like in this match.
Yeah.
And I felt like it just under delivered too. It's like I expected so many more like kickouts and more false finishes and stuff. I was expecting like a Rock versus Stone Cold, where it's like it's supposed to be a big fucking deal, or The Rock versus Hulk Hogan, where it's like people are cheering John Cena, people are booing Cody Rhodes. I was expecting so much more from it, and just to have Travis Scott come out and take a crossroads and then John Cena to cheat. It's like if we're gonna have a screwy finish, like commit to it. Have the Rock come out, man. They still haven't even announced like why he fucking had Cena turn heel in the first place.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
fucking. There's so many, like I said, more questions than answers with it, and it's just like, oh, you have to tune in next time on Dragon Ball Z to figure it out,
Exactly.
and it's just like, god damn it, just tell me what the fuck's going on now. But they don't even know what's going on, the writers.
Uh it's like just one person says that was garbage. Dwayne should not interfere in feuds if he's just going to fuck shit up like this. And it's like I 100% agree. Like I feel like it's getting to that point, but now it's just not going to The Rock. Like I feel like he's not understanding it because the fans are feeding into this shit. Every time
Mhm.
The Rock shows up, what happens? Oh, Rocky, 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 and like they fucking feed off of it. Like he feeds off of that shit because he knows he could get it because he's literally the biggest celebrity in the world.
Mhm.
And just for him to fuck up storylines like this, dude, like the more I sit on this, it's like, man, if it was gonna be like this type of ending and you're gonna build so much shit to the story to have that type of delivery, that other triple threat, the Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk should have main event in night two, and then the women's triple threat should have been the main event for night one. It's
Mhm.
like
No,
after it's all
absolutely.
said and done, it's all said and done. Like there's no changing it now, obviously. But man, what a shitty fucking questionable ending.
Yeah, it's really just like a huh sort of ending. Like, okay, I guess we'll see how it is next time. You know what
I
I
don't
mean?
know,
Or
man. Can you tell I'm kind of upset about it?
yeah, it's more like I guess we'll see how it is tomorrow or how I feel about it tomorrow. Because right now I feel like it didn't answer any questions. It just made more questions. It didn't answer anything.
A lot of my friends have been messaging me and they've been telling me, dude, that shit was underwhelming. And like, I only have one friend who told me, like, oh, that's a good way to protect Cody. I'm like, how, man? I don't get it.
There's, of course, that's a good way to protect him, but he still lost. Still doesn't make sense with all the points he made about, well, where the fuck's the Rock? Why the fuck
Mhm.
is this going on? That going on makes no sense.
Do you think The Rock had such a big effect on this ending like this?
I think him not being there had an effect on it, where it's just like, oh, we gotta fucking find a way to write this, and then they always have to have a out just in case he does show up, it,
Hmm.
sort of like a filler to include him if they need to, if they are able to, if he does show up.
Yeah, it's. I just wish he would show up. I wouldn't mind. Oops. I wouldn't mind these endings where The Rock is involved if The Rock actually fucking showed up. And now he's just leaving this fucking tone where it's like, oh, he just shows up whenever he wants, fuck all, does whatever he wants. And it's like, damn, bro, it's like, I don't know, like, shitty bookings happen when Vince McMahon is here. Is he still there? Because this is kind of shitty booking, you know? Like, I'm happy for John Cena. I very much am happy for him. I'm always a John Cena fan. And I'm glad he's had it. I just wonder where the story's going to lead further. And I just hope The Rock just fucks off so that way Triple H and Nick Khan, all the writers, the producers could just focus on building a better story. That's what I'm hoping for.
Hell yeah. Well, on that and endings, I think that's a good place to stop this
Mm-hmm.
week's episode of That's All Kayfabe, where we just talked about WrestleMania because there was a lot to talk about.
It really was, man. What a change from last year.
Yeah, last year was, I don't know, it was way better, but we got the cards we were dealt in Las Vegas. It's
Got to know when hold them and know when fold them. Know when to walk away, know when to run.
well, we will be running today because I know you got to get up early,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get up semi early, not really, but yeah, no, I want to thank everyone for listening to the podcast. I want to thank Gabe for being here. As I know it's late, but we're trying to always be here with the wrestling news and all that. I want everyone to like and subscribe, rate and review, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. And Gabe, what do you want to say to the people?
again, just like to reiterate what you just said. Thank y'all for liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting that notification bell, leaving us a 5-star rating on Spotify, everywhere where you get y'all's podcast platforms and everything like that. And make sure to buy a shirt. It's on stickermule.com/that's all funny. It's where you can get every merch from. That's all kayfabe, that's all funny, and tits and areolas.
Hell yeah, with mint salad. No.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, thank you for being here. I want to thank everyone for listening, and we'll see you all next week. Everyone, see you later. Bye.